And we are off with another episode of Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Snyder, here with my boy. He's a riot in London, pain in the ass in the States. It's Zach Elias. What's up, buddy?
Both are true. I feel like I'm very zoomed in and you're very panned out. I don't like it.
Sit back.
But then everything is too far. I don't like it.
Near. Far. Booze Your Daddy, the podcast. Tuesdays, we do it live.
Yeah.
Saturdays, we post it later. Sorry, we both had a thing on Tuesday yesterday. Mine just being my wife.
Mine being my draft, or one off. I've got. This is like Vietnam. I have one every fucking day this week, including Friday, not tomorrow. On the opening day, we rest. I got one at 8:30. This is my third.
I heard on a podcast they said the sweet spot is 4. I'm like, oh, we missed that exit a long time ago, little guy.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's
Zachy.
Though I did have fun with the best part of your the draft was the Zoom room with everyone.
Yeah, and including I invited a couple of people that weren't even a part of it. I said, why not? We'll get the whole mishpucha together.
The mishpucha team name, done and done.
We're gonna get to that.
Samantha, she looked good, I guess. Shelby was all up in Ann's business as they do. I like that your sister came on.
Zach got a great episode planned for everybody tonight, but before we get into it, why don't you tell everybody what you are drinking?
I had one the other night. I'm trying to murder them down, but I don't love them, so they will go a little slower. I'll drink them over the weekend. Harpoon IPA again.
Okay, if you're doing a bottle, I swear to God, you better throw that cap somewhere very far. Between you dropping it and spinning it the whole time.
Last night, I had a few too many. But I was keeping track of how many I had by playing with the caps. It became like a game. I had like 6 caps going at one point. Shots were flowing.
What were you doing on a Tuesday?
A draft in Queens. Live draft. Stickers on the board, baby. 12 teams.
Okay, well, I do have a remote to move you backstage if you keep playing with that. But I am going to be drinking for tonight's episode another beer from the time I invited you and you so rudely did not come to my dinner.
That happens.
It is UFO Strawberry Lemonade Shandy, 5% alcohol. I'm excited for this because I like shandies, I like strawberry, I like schnozberries, and it's from Boston, Windsor, Vermont.
Huh?
Boston, Mass, Windsor, Vermont.
It's from both.
Release the Kraken. I've been to both. Cheers.
L'chaim.
All right. Well, that's terrible. Episode 196. Calling this one. Zach, finish the sentence. Locked up.
You froze?
You also froze
Hello?
on me. I hear you.
What? I'm here.
Finish this sentence. Locked up.
I don't know.
You're so white. It's don't let me out. It's Akon. That's what he did for like all his things.
I don't know what any of those words mean. What is Nook's Vending Company?
This was like a hand-me-down. It is one of the... Back when there was only 7 telephone numbers, it's 787-2737. A lot of 7s in there.
And you own this shirt.
Dude, I'm at the bottom of the barrel these days.
That's the kind of shirt that should have stains on it and you should be able to snap in half, man.
The rash isn't getting better on my neck, so I'm just trying to wear like soft things around it type of deal.
That thing probably caused the rash.
I wear it
18 people have had that shirt. Ew.
Zach, best story I saw in the news this week.
No, I'm not off. Why are you wearing other people's clothing? I don't have a single used item of clothing that someone else has owned.
My uncle Steven gave me this forever ago.
There is no world where I wear my uncle's shirt. I don't care who he is.
All right. The back of it, so it says Nook's Vending, and the back says, if you love your business, give it a little nookie. It's a great shirt.
I would have bought a new version of it. Go on Cafe Press and make it.
It wouldn't be as soft as it is. So soft, so soft.
Yeah, because Uncle Steve made some love stains in it.
This week,
Ew.
I don't know if it's the Proud Boys or the Oath Keepers. They're kind of all the same to me.
Yeah.
Did you hear the story about the like main head boss guy got sentenced?
Yeah. All the
time. So he pled for his everything. I'm so sorry. I won't be in politics. Guy was looking at like 20, 25 years or something. I think the judge had some type of leniency on him. Was like, all right, he's showing remorse. I think he got like 15, 18 years. I mean, he got a lot.
That's at which long time.
Did you hear what he said walking out of the courtroom? He
2 minutes well worth it.
screams back at the judge, "Trump won!"
I would have given him 30. I would have said,
Okay.
listen, you had your shot, man. Now it's on.
Do you know that even after the judge hits their little hammer down, they can? It's not done until you're in the place and serving your sentence.
I don't think it's ever done. They can always extend it, can't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is, look,
Until
we
you're
all
out.
we all love somebody near and dear to me with the gun show and a lot of plastic in his wallet, but my dad has one really, really good one from his days going, I think it was a circuit court or something related to a lawsuit. He was just sitting there watching where...
Wait, what? He just went to court to watch?
No. He was
Way to
waiting
bury
for
the lead.
his case to be called. No, for like one of his... My dad he was a slumlord in Baltimore City for many years. He had... He has some good ones, but one of my favorite stories, which I'm surprised he didn't tell it at the wedding to everybody. He says he's sitting there, and there was a nice gentleman from Baltimore City who got up and he owed some type of something, and he was just being such an asshole that finally the judge turned and goes, "You know what? I was going to let you off on probation. I'm going to give you a year in jail." And the guy turns and walks away and mumbles loud enough, "A year? I can do that standing on my head." And the judge goes, "Actually, sir, 2 years. Do the second one standing on your feet."
You know what? I would love to be a judge because I'd be one of those cut-up judges, like the guy in Liar Liar. Just like you can say anything. You have a microphone on the floor. Comedy should be flying from them, and sometimes it does.
Yeah,
I mean, you can give him a sentence straight, or you can give him a sentence with a little zets at the end. I would give him the business.
Watching Lincoln Lawyer, I think I finally understand overruled and sustained.
What do you mean? You don't get that from my cousin Vinny?
I
well thought out, coherent
objection.
Overruled. It's all there. No, the best for those is Intolerable Cruelty. Great underrated courtroom movie. Coen Brothers, George Clooney, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Color Brothers? Would you say?
What? Intolerable Cruelty. Color Brothers. Jesus Christ! Get a new microphone.
Zachy,
when Clooney goes, "What's good for the gander?" and one of that guys goes, "This is a legal argument. What's good for the gander?" It's fantastic.
Last week, I kind of cut you off because we were running out of time, and maybe I get to be the judge, jury, and executioner. But you did want to talk about the Hall of Shame. I mean, the Hall of Fame, or whatever you're calling your Doc and Daryl situation. The floor is yours. Tell everybody a little bit and state your case, counselor.
I don't like it. I think the next Met that gets his number retired should be 5. It should be right that he doesn't deserve it. He didn't really win anything. He's a career Met. These guys had the opportunity. That team should have won 4 championships. They let drugs fuck them up. So, okay, Hernandez wasn't always a crackerjack guy, but, he did it right. More to that, they went on and both won titles elsewhere. The fucking Yankees. Doc couldn't even be hassled to show up to the championship parade for the Mets because he was so drugged out. You're just rewarding bad behavior. These guys weren't good. They weren't good Mets. They were winning. I guess that team wasn't overly likable, and they did win a title. Cool. It just feels real thirsty. You don't need to have guys up there every year. How many do the Brewers have? Just
Robin Yount?
Yeah, right. Game over. So you have to earn your way onto the list. I don't think it should just be handed or because it's enough time because we had a bad season and we want to have a bobblehead night. No, not for me. Get off my lawn. Do it right.
All right. As we've talked about, the Hall of Fame.
You think they should be on there? Or you just
okay. I thought your argument, I truthfully couldn't care less.
Yeah.
But I do think it was about making it to the Hall of Fame, which I was like, there's no chance. But I actually would be more okay. I wish there was a Ring of Honor, but not retiring their number. That would be
I'll be fine with that.
Fine with it. Because
agreed.
When you tell the story of the Mets, and you and I were both really too young, me more than you cannot tell the story of the Mets without Doc and Daryl. They're literally one-name people.
Who the hell wants to hear that story?
They made a 30 for 30 out of it.
It was tough to watch, man. It was tough to watch.
I hate to break it to you, but what you're hating them for is what they were famous for and what they were good at. And they did it, man. They won the shit. It is the Mets.
Every year some team wins a World Series.
And they don't have a story. You know the Brave story from 2 years ago? That Jock Peterson.
I have no idea.
He wore, Marge Simpson's white pearl necklace. Like that was the story. There's always a story. There's always a
I'll give him a
thing.
pearl necklace.
Would you?
For a Mets championship, I'd give them all one.
All right.
Real and Seminole.
Jesus Christ.
And whatever gets you there.
Zach, we had a fantasy draft this past week, and
did.
I was going to talk about this last week, but as far as times, and you gave me shit for Mr. Clever team names. He couldn't come up with anything.
He had nothing, and Fuego couldn't care less.
And Fuego is my one constant that I do keep, but I go out of my way to come
Dan
up.
Patrick.
It's a longer story for another day, but that is my one. Now I do have other stories. I do have other names that I wanted to give you. I'm going to give them in reverse order. I think that some of these are pretty good.
You would.
One of them that didn't make the cut was Zay My Name, which isn't that original.
Flowers?
But really, yeah, but there's a Zay Jones, and it's one of those. That's
you got to have both of them.
No, I also subscribe to you don't have to have the person.
Oh, no, that's stupid. You have to have the player. So I have Lamar, and one of my team name is Action Jackson, but the GIF, because ESPN lets you do GIFs, is Lamar with the balloon going like this from Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah, you like it.
Next name, hold on, I got to say this right. Najigba, please.
I can't hear his name without hearing that word, so yeah, let's move that real high.
Najigba, please. Najigba, please.
We got it the first time.
Next one, Rub and Tagovailoa. Okay, if you say it right. Next one, Charbonnet Sauvignon.
Like it.
All right, next one's just one of my favorite. He's not that good, but
or Timothy Charbonnet. They could all be there.
There is a guy named Trace McSorley who I guess throws a ball in the NFL somewhere just because it's relevant and it's real big amongst people. Critical Trace Theory. CRT.
Feels like you're really trying. I get it. You're trying a little hard.
All right. One of them that a lot of people in my league did not get, and maybe you have to know it, but written out it is, I don't care, Olave. Olave is in all caps, but if you sing the song, it's...
Like, I don't care, I love it.
I don't care, Olave.
It's all right. I love that song. It's all pretty good.
My favorite is Pala Pala Bills, y'all.
The best one was the Jake by far, and there's no number two. There's just no number two. Like we could have just saved the listener 40 seconds.
The best one that I heard, which I really am disgraced, I didn't even think of this, is Bed Bath and Bijan.
That's not bad.
It's really good. Mishbuka was funny. Those are my team names.
Because it's a family league, I have to be Mishbuka. Here, like 2 people are related in this.
Spaceballs, the fantasy baseball team or fantasy football league.
It never gets old. It's never bad. That and last year my
maybe not in England,
which fell apart with Mishkit. That got a laugh.
That's good.
Yeah.
Zach, feeling quirky? You got some jerky?
I do. I thought it was what I'm watching first. Up to you. All right.
Wait. You're just catching on that we always do.
I have no idea.
First?
I thought you did it randomly. No. Okay. 92,000 people showed up to watch a women's volleyball game.
Yes.
The fuck?
It was Nebraska versus University of Omaha, Nebraska.
It could have been Team USA versus Russia. They didn't show up for that. Good Lord. How far away are you in the cheap seats to watch volleyball? Oh, just tell me who won because I can't see it.
That's your problem is the seating?
More of those, a ton of the whole thing. It's volleyball. Now, I heard apparently Nebraska is the volleyball capital of the world. I thought it was the beach in Top Gun, but cool. Nebraska. Women's, I don't want to sound like a misogynist or a gender, but here goes.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm not watching men's volleyball either, 92,000 deep.
Yeah, what are they? Karj Karai? Misty May Trainer? These are the only volleyball players I know. Who the hell is this team? Are they any good even? Did they win?
They weren't the topless ones. I heard about this also. And I was
topless. Now you're talking. Topless
no. Don't you remember there was is it University of Wisconsin that the girls did a whole topless photo shoot?
If this game was topless, you could put 200,000 people in there. They fill a big house.
Big house is less than 200, but yeah.
I know. But topless, now you've got a discussion. Fully clothed volleyball?
I don't want to sound misogynist. Now, if they were topless.
Or if some guy had his dong out, who cares? Nudity is what's going to sell this thing.
Have you ever seen volleyball where they're only allowed to use their feet?
Yeah, actually.
Oh, that's good.
It's not bad. Yeah, is that on your Pishadoo list or something? Or we get to that.
Do you
All
want
right.
truth?
Yeah.
I had it written in an email and then accidentally deleted the email. That's the truth of what happened.
There you go. All right. Are you familiar with the Electric Zoo? Yeah.
The festival that people
Yeah.
die at. Yeah, it's like
Every
Burning
year. It's
Man on
like
the East Coast. Yeah.
right. So like one day was rained out and they offered you a refund and you can go the next day. And then they realized, oh shit, we've now double booked this thing. So they just stopped admitting people midway through who had paid tickets.
For that day.
Yeah. It
Oh,
was
I
just
riot now.
first, they do riot. That's the whole thing. So it's like first X number show up now because we've now doubled down. Fuck this. So we don't have the space for it. They really like didn't work it through. I had one job. Just minimal counting.
You had a good job.
Did you hear about the gender reveal in Mexico?
In Sinaloa, that you sunk my submarine. Oh yeah.
I mean, not
Did you
only
see it? Did you see the video?
I did. I watched the man die, essentially. The video, it's a plane. They're doing a gender reveal. Mazel, they're having a girl, and it had pink smoke. And then the plane loses control.
And then it was black smoke very quickly.
The plane goes down and crashes. Meanwhile, they're just partying because they're not paying attention at all. The minute the flyover was done, what?
You didn't hear the screaming? They knew what happened.
That wasn't from them, apparently. That was from people. From what I saw, they kept like. Once it hit, then it yes. But as it was tilting and going down, they're not caring at all.
Dude. It literally went up because the wing fell off. That was
right. But if you watch
what's your problem with this story? Because mine is gender reveals.
All of it.
Sinaloa. You know what they're famous for?
No, that blow. Well, that explains a lot.
It's
the whole thing seems like one big cocaine nightmare. But
Sinaloa right now is one of those where you cannot go there, and I do think it's relatively close to Cancun. Where remember there was an issue near the time of my wedding, like oh that's 3 hours away. They were killing Americans now. It's bad. Sinaloa is nishkit.
I don't think anybody wanted to go near anyone in that wedding. I mean, what are they gonna do? Kidnap your father? Charge his way home. Next thing you know, he's a cartel captain.
He wishes.
The plastic Don.
The Teflon Don. Zach.
You love it. What? That's it? That
was great.
Plastic, of course.
The plastic Don.
So this one, I don't even know where to go with this one. Are you familiar with Kayla Lemieux?
Claude Lemieux? You're saying Claude very strange.
No, I think it's his brother, mother, or his sister. It is a Canadian teacher, Kayla Lemieux, who used to wear a size Z cup prosthetic for huge tits.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's more to this sordid affair.
Did one of them pop?
None of them popped. Now, Kayla Lemieux, seen here with tits, is no longer wearing them. Turns out Kayla Lemieux is a 41-year-old guy who is wearing now just like a stubbly beard. And hilarity is ensuing. Now people don't want them anywhere near the school. Meanwhile, they had no problem with a Z-cup porn star-looking teacher teaching their kids. But when it's a guy who's dressed in street clothes, no, that's no good. So there's that. Kayla Lemieux and the Canadian, how do you do? And my favorite story that I touched on Sunday with Geraldine, your girl, Staten Island might be seceding from the Union.
Okay, you brought this up, and I had no idea what you were talking about. Let them secede.
Right. They're the Republican Italian borough. And they're all kinds of whacked out and crazy. They're a bitch to get to. They do have some good golf courses. I haven't played them in a while. But yeah, they really want to secede and become their own thing.
What would they be? Their own, like Puerto Rico?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, they got a few of them, sure.
I don't think... No, they don't. Mm-hmm. I don't think it works like that, though.
I think it does.
You can just be your...
Say I'm annexed. I'm seceding. Like we did it from England.
many, many years ago.
That doesn't change. They haven't changed the rules.
Are we coming up to a big one? Like 250?
Maybe.
Yeah, 250 is coming up. I think it's in...
Yeah.
That could be a big thing. Want to do something?
Yeah, let's get weird. Let's go to Staten Island. Fuck shit up. But yeah, I think they want to break away. And Geraldine's all for it. I get my Staten Island info from her.
I just remember I had a friend from Staten Island, and every year we said, like, they vote to extend the New York City subway to Staten Island every year, and every year we go, no, we don't want them moving in. I'm like, who are you referring to?
He knows.
Like, you know. I was like, okay.
Oh no, they're weird there. It is nuts. Yeah.
It is one of those places that you're like, are we still in the U.S. right now?
Oh,
And
it's so out there. Like the King of Staten Island, while an hour too long, was pretty spot on with that. So was that show that you made me watch that was better than it
made
evolved.
you Bupkis? I
Yeah,
didn't
that
make
one.
you watch it.
You did. The first
So
3 episodes were fire.
where I am in my new office, there's a lot of people that want to move to the suburbs. They move to this part of Jersey, which is about 20 minutes from Staten Island. I get people that come in and start talking about stuff, and I just hear like, what did you just say? Like the stuff, like the misogyny that comes out of some of these men's mouths.
You just
Like
stopped caring. Like
I
they're
feel like,
still in the 50s, Staten Island.
yeah,
Like,
they all got guinea
time just
teas.
stopped.
The things that they say. I mean, I had a guy that I was treating who was a highway patrolman, and he was just like, yeah, I used to get a envelope full of cash every week and just had to look the other way on a couple things. I'm going, why are you telling me this?
He doesn't care. Brazen.
Yeah,
He wants to get caught.
I don't think so.
He's a dirty cop. I think dirty cops are more often than we think they are. Like just on a small scale, not like on the scale like in the movies, but $20 here, 80 there, 100. Yeah.
Hey Zach, what you watching?
What am I watching? Excellent question. You know what I'm not watching? ESPN and Jeopardy on ABC. I'm seething, and they're telling you to buckle up for the long haul because they're giving you a discount to whatever the fuck Furbo is. That sounds like
this
something.
is
That
the
sounds like a club I want to go
Spectrum
to. Yeah,
We didn't talk about this.
it just happened.
Who do you think is in the wrong here?
Anyone who's not me, I don't really give a shit. Like
The fact that they're coming out and going, Disney's raising their prices on us, it's like, not my problem.
none of it's my problem.
Like-
I don't give a fuck. I don't. I have no idea how it works behind the scenes. I turn the TV on, show comes to me. I don't really give a crap
So wait,
how any of the rest of it
You
works.
don't have ESPN, right? So you know nothing about PTI or any of those?
I'm dying.
Are you all right?
Yeah, not good. No, it's not good. Well, now I've had like a little stuff to do every night, but like soon it's gonna be to the point of hook into my veins, get me the
Wow.
Furbo. Like going.
Maybe
to
that's why.
bars
So
and-
you have no good sports
I
stories.
have to like join a gym now to watch PTI. I'm like a treadmill for half an hour just getting into PTI.
You could just walk or stand there, which nobody would care.
No, well,
Or,
maybe.
excuse me, are you on that trip? No, I'm just watching the TV.
No, Pablo Torre's filling in. I can't miss it.
He's the worst.
He is
I don't
the
get
worst.
him.
Shoot. Mina Kimes has just signed a $1.7 million a year deal. What?
Who?
Exactly. The
Uh.
Korean girl from Seattle. She's okay.
Oh, not Cherry Betts.
No, not Sherry.
Minty Betts. That was the one
Yeah.
that bothered me.
Um,
Meanwhile, this weekend is a pay-per-view down under in Sydney.
No, it's a
And-
banger. Very technical.
No, it's not. But the first time ever, they will have a female on the desk for the pay-per-view.
What? What's
She's
on the
not great.
desk mean?
Like the commentary.
Oh.
Rogan doesn't do any out of the country pay-per-views. He does in the continental United States pay-per-views. It's like two of the ones that are normally there, and then they're having the color commentary by a female. And
Hmm.
I also have heard enough female commentary. I know why I don't like women calling sports. They're too monotone. They don't have the like, oh my God. It's very like, and that's what it sounds like NPR. It's very like reporting the news.
Shut your mouth when you talk about Linda Cohen. Love her. Anyway, I guess we just started watching Billions. We're 3 behind. It's just a mercy killing. Please just let this go away at this point.
3 behind. What season are you on?
No, the last season. We're 3 episodes
Oh.
behind.
Okay.
Like, exactly. Neither do I, but I'm watching it. Although the star
know-
looks like a high-end version of you. Corey
You know
Stoll.
your favorite line about your daughter. You're like, she was prattling on, and I had to listen, type of thing.
God.
So my wife has been
prattles.
prattling on about we are like caught up on everything, and she goes, I want to watch this movie. And I'm like, let me see if I can find it. And what do you know? I found a site that streams it, so I watched it. It's called Joyride. What is it about? Basically, take Eurotrip meets The Hangover, but it's 4 Asian females traveling Asia.
That sounds
laughed.
awful. It might as well be the Joy Luck ride.
I laughed really, really hard twice in the opening minute of the movie. So if you're going to watch it, watch the first minute.
Isn't it just
And then-
beef?
No, it's different. It's like it's the hero's journey. Start at home, leave, meet people, journey, learn a lesson, mess things up.
You know
Friend
who?
helps
Jenna
you.
likes the black version of that, the girls' trip. Oh my god, does she watch that movie?
Exactly. And then later in the movie, I chuckled a couple times, but it was one of those where, like, I can't recommend it. But if you do have to, the first 2 minutes, Zach, I'm holding my stomach laughing. It's so funny. But the best part is, we have to watch the credits because Julia works in the biz. I forget if it was one of the actresses or one of the producers named Sherry Cola.
That's pretty good. That's really good. Why
Sherry
doesn't
Cola?
Chow Yun Fat make movies anymore? He was a thing for a while. Did he
Make
die?
my
John Woo. Where are his movies?
woohoo.
Woohoo. Woohoo
Woohoo.
was great. John Woo was like body counts. Just guns everywhere. Can't beat a good John Woo movie.
Speaking of something else that I'm watching, just when you think I couldn't get any more obnoxious, 90 Day Fiance has a deaf guy on it. And, half the time they're doing sign language and we're trying to figure out what they're saying. Well, they went, stay with me. It's an early one.
I got you.
We're watching the show and they go look at like fish and turtles. And I'm watching the guy do sign language. And I can't figure out, like, wait, he didn't say turtle. So I end up Googling it. Do you know how you say terrapin in sign?
Go
Fist.
Ew. This? It's the grossest thing in the world.
This is a turtle. You won't forget it.
Looks like tushy stuff.
I mean,
Ew.
I thought you'd like that.
I do.
I've got two good hipponymouses from today.
Wait, what was the name of that movie again?
Joy.
Should I actually watch it? No. What should I be watching? Yes, the whole thing?
Oh, it's real. It's really good.
God. All right. So, like, what should I actually be watching once Billions mercifully ends and I have no ABC? So
we'll have to talk because there's not a whole lot.
Well, we've got to get through Andor so we can get to Ashoka, which looks good with Rosario Dawson with like these things. Would you?
Yeah.
Yeah. With the things, just hold on for dear life.
Two hipponymouses from today.
That was still funny.
Does this bother you as much as this bothered me? I call a patient to schedule. It was for a female. A gentleman answers the phone. Speak.
What?
I was like,
Jesus
hi. And then, like, all right, I thought it was a shtick. I go, I see them today. They're both super quirky. I mean, the two of them are meant for each other. And I then needed to call them later for something else. And I now know, like, they have my number. Speak. Second time. I'm like,
fabulous.
That's how this guy answers the phone?
Fantastic.
Who answers the phone with anything other than hello, other than when, like, it's your cell phone and you see I'm calling? Like, speak?
What does he do? Is he rich? Did this get him somewhere in life?
I know nothing.
You don't Google these people?
Couldn't care less.
I Google everybody. Then I go to DuckDuckGo and then I hit nude and see if they got anything. So yeah, I would want to know, like, if he's super successful, like if Jeff Bezos answers the phone that way, maybe it's a thing.
I'm at his house. I'm not looking him up. Sure.
Maybe I'll start.
Speak at work. Let me know how that goes.
I might.
The other one,
I really don't care about chat work anymore. I just want to fucking fire me.
I put my foot in my mouth pretty bad today. It's not fireable. It wasn't great, though. I had to go see a gentleman first visit where I tell you, this guy, 6'0", weighs 100, maybe 110 pounds. I mean, he's not looking great. So a lot of times I say, take me around, show me. I just want to see how they move in their homes. It's a safety evaluation. He then shows me, like, this is this. He then shows me, he's like, this is where I watch TV. And this, he puts to his chair. He goes, where I drink booze. And I kind of was like, oh, I don't know if you should be telling me that. And he makes a funny face. And then we keep walking. And then I go, all right, so what type of booze are you into? He looks at me. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, you said you drink booze. He goes, no, I drink Boost. Do you know what Boost is?
Yeah, like a protein shake.
Protein shake is a nice way of saying it, like you're dying and need calorie shake.
Why does he have a special chair for that?
He just meant, like, this is where he more or less was trying to, it was like, I'm not doing well. I'm kind of sickly here. This is where I drink my Boost. Like, I don't have anything to do in my, I mean, this guy's
I get it. So you need a special chair to drink Boost. You sit down and drink this, you fucking old guy. What do you have me here for? The Booze thing's funny. I wouldn't have been okay with that. It's essentially like the Jason Segel of you. A jerk off station? It's a Boost station.
Pishadoo of the week. I have 10 candidates. Let's go through these. Candidate number 1. Woody Allen at age 87 is worried about cancel culture. 1, he's 87. 2, do you know what he's most famous for in this world?
By the way, he beat all the cancel culture. He, you hip your cap, you did it.
I mean, the guy groomed his daughter and then married her. And the fact that he's like, I don't know if I can do any more movies with this cancel culture business. Like, done.
You sound like Aunt Sheila. You don't sound like all like Woody Allen.
I can't believe this didn't make your wavelength or you want to talk about it. You didn't hear about the Delta flight biohazard?
No, I love flight problems.
Flight from Atlanta to Spain, up in the air, gets, I think, to the coast of North Carolina. That's the way you go. Somebody had an issue with the diarrhea, and they got up and took off towards the bathroom and didn't make it. And it went everywhere. They had to turn the plane around back to Atlanta. Dude, it was bad.
Why did they turn the plane around? Why can't they just land in Raleigh?
It's literally a biohazard. I don't know.
You make them fly another hour and a half. You just land the closest. At that point, clear the runway. I've seen Die Hard 2. Get McClane out there and clear the damn runway.
Do they do international flights from Raleigh? I don't think
so.
Who
gives a shit? At that point, at that point, they will. Like, why do you need to have... It's a runway. Is there a length of runway that's needed for an international flight? The thing is gassed up, and you've got space. Let's go.
Why aren't you in charge?
I should be. I want to be air engine life. I should be the czar of the world.
No, you should be literally what Buttigieg is. It's the transportation chair.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's a great job. I want to do that. Like, I don't want to get it the way he got it. But anyway.
Good night, Anita.
Yeah, she would never vote for him. Are you kidding me? Good luck. I think she voted for Pat Buchanan on that dimpled Chad year. For real.
Hanging Chad.
Him too. Whatever it was. It was dimpled. Yeah, how hung is Chad?
Next candidate.
Wait. Yeah, why can't they fucking just...
I don't know. I'm telling you everything I know about this.
I'm so angry about
There's video evidence of the shit on the plane, which not the person...
When you get shit on by another passenger, what's your
free
recourse?
Everything? You get a couple $100 towards a new flight.
That's awful. There's no coming back from that emotionally.
They didn't do it on purpose.
Who cares? It's horrible.
Who cares? Let it rain.
Let it rain. Raindrop.
You and I think we're both pretty anti these stupid, like, spicy challenge. How many can you do this? Even hot ones you and I definitely don't watch. But if you don't have ESPN or ABC, you might get into hot ones, which they're very watchable. Did you hear about the teen in Massachusetts who died from the spicy chip challenge?
Died?
Dead. One
How
chip.
Do you die?
The point is, these kids, you record your reaction. You don't eat anything. You don't drink anything. I think he was allergic to it. They didn't really release a whole lot from it, but
so
it
he
wasn't
had
great.
Hot wings and died?
One chip. You order a chip.
A chip. And he couldn't handle his heat.
A chip in a chair. I don't know.
What a Mary. Like, you know what? Darwin will work. Get him out of here.
Eli Apple plays cornerback for, I think, the Dolphins now.
Apparently he was Giants,
he was a giant. He was on the Super Bowl Bengals team, the one that didn't win, but they made it there. Apparently, he had one of his, I wouldn't say baby, I guess it's a baby mama, had a kid, super premature, a couple of pounds, couple of ounces, needs all types of tubes. It's a really sad case, at which point he basically has said, well, you should have just killed it. Like, why are you contacting me? Oh, the guy has no heart. And the lady goes, you know what? I had your kid and this and that. And he goes, you're not getting my money. You're not getting this. You should have had an abortion like all the other women do. You read this story and you're like, I don't know if you can suspend somebody for being a piece of shit, but he's really up there.
You shouldn't suspend him. Make him play so he gets to, but let everyone in all the stadiums know this. Put that quote up before the game and then let him go play. How about let it rain?
I don't hate that.
For real. I would, on the big screen, I would play that interview all the time and just let him just get torched. I don't think road teams and road stadiums do enough to torture the other team.
You know that we got in trouble for that, where we were in San Diego and Rosenpenis went down to heckle somebody who used to be a Met and was just terrible. Or maybe they were a National and whatever it was. And the person, the security officer goes, sir, you need to sit down and don't. And he goes, I didn't say any curse words. They're like, sir, we're kicking you out if you don't sit down and go back to your seat. He's like, this is ridiculous.
That's pretty soft.
the heckle, it wasn't good.
But like, no, sanctioned by the team. The road teams should torture. I mean, like, the Phillies put the other team's players in the kiss cam. It's charming and funny, but like, I would destroy these guys.
All right. You mentioned the gender reveal. I think you're going to get this. Can you tell me who this is?
That's Madonna, right?
That is not Madonna.
I don't know who it is then.
That is the Queen of the North, who is now single because her and Joe Jonas are getting a divorce. What in the hell happened to Sophie Turner?
Oh my god. I thought the other Jonas was getting divorced from the Indian with the tits.
Terrible.
What, no good? Or Sophie Turner?
Sophie Turner.
Yeah,
It
what
was
the hell
goth.
happened
She was
to
going
her?
for a lot of surgery and goth.
I thought
night.
she was Madonna.
Yeah, Madonna wishes she looked that young.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah,
horrible.
Madonna's like 90, but Madonna's a night king at this point. But yeah,
Not good, right?
not good. Nishkit.
All right. I'm tired of sending texts to people and they'll just like my comment. So I officially have been like, I will like their like or a question. Just one of those like, fuck
The
you.
question mark is good. It means nothing.
I'll question, I'll do whatever, but I don't think that's the really Pishadoo move. But there was somebody, your boy, who liked something because he always does that, and then
Doesn't
I
have an
liked
iPhone.
it. Do you? He does. He's able. Whatever
Eric,
I was texting,
my boy.
yeah, whatever I was texting
No
with, he was able
iPhone.
to. Okay, he liked a comment. I then liked it. Do you know what he did?
He retracted his like.
He liked my like, and I was like, "What an idiot!" Just
No,
stop
that's
it.
the baseball bat deal. Yeah. We're idiots.
You all forget it.
I know.
Ed.
I like it.
College football coach, one of the teams, not Coach Prime, which was a great weekend to follow that.
That was fabulous.
Yeah, really good. Really curious to see if he wins this next one. I may watch a college football game
I hope
for
he
the
goes
first time.
undefeated. I hope he wins it all. Win it all. Flame on, guys.
There was some coach of some team. I'm not against crying in a sport. I know you care. Game 1 of the season, losing in any way, shape, or form. What a pansy.
Yeah.
I don't care. No, it really bothered me. You lose the championship, we can talk about
Fine.
if you turn in your manhood. Game 1 of the season, you didn't die. You just lost. Really, really bothered me.
Don't like it.
2 more. Some German computer guy made an AI avatar, singer, whatever. Guy got a record deal. Not the guy, the avatar.
What?
Which you could make the argument they're more likely to consistently make the same type of music over and over and go on.
I don't know. They gave David Hasselhoff a record deal. You don't know what Germans.
No, I don't think it's in Germany. I think it's like an international thing.
Really?
And the last one, which is too
Like
good for me to
Kraftwerk?
pass up. I have no idea. I'll send you
Kraftwerk's
this
in
story.
Germany. All right.
Anthony Rendon played for the Nationals, won a ring, signed a deal for $1 bajillion, has been a royal pain in the side. You know he got into the fight with. Yeah, well, he's been super injured for basically since he signed that deal. Do you know that he's apparently a huge dick in the locker room, out of the locker room, and now when reporters start asking him a question, he just responds, "No habla inglés."
That's awful.
At which point, reporters have started answering him questions in Spanish. He just walks out.
Fantastic.
What yeah, the guy
What an
speaks
asshole.
fluent English. We have years
He's
of him
American.
talking.
Yeah.
Is he born here?
I don't love interviews for these guys. Like, especially when they're losing. The hell's he gonna tell you? Oh, what happened today? Your team lost 12-1. You have no player. You have the 2 best players in the league. You can't win. I don't know, man. Like, gotta play them one day at a time. I hate these cliche interviews. Coach of the losing team should go out there. Locker room, the only thing you're going to get in the locker room every now and then is some guy unaware not being interviewed with a huge swinging dong walking by. That's a locker room interview. What? Oh, yeah, Wanya Rebate. Guy's just a monster. But I don't love loser interviews. What information am I going to get from that?
A huge dong. I have no idea.
Well, right, but...
Woody Allen can't get canceled. Delta Flight Biohazard. Massachusetts teen spicy death. Eli Apple. Gender reveal in Sinaloa. Sophie Turner looking like death. Liking a comment. A coach crying week 1 of the season. AI star gets a deal. And Anthony Rendon. No habla inglés. Who is the Pishadoo of the week?
It's Eli Apple. That's awful.
Oh, it's really bad. Yeah, it was. I tell you, since
man.
having a kid too, a lot of things I used to think I'm just totally like, oh, like I have a problem right now with bees in my office, and every time I kill one, I'm like, that was somebody's son or daughter. I feel terrible.
Bees in the car. Don't be the hero. But you really think that was somebody's son and daughter? Bees don't give a shit.
They make honey.
I guess so. Okay.
Booze Your Dad of the podcast. Thanks for listening to tonight's episode. We had fun. We're going to keep doing this. People, episode 200 is coming up. Our loyal listeners, text me. I have something I want to plan special for that. Zach, we lost 2 in the music world. Which song can you not listen to anymore because it's unlistenable? Margaritaville or All Star?
I think All Star's worse than Margaritaville.
They're both horrible, right?
They're not great. Jimmy Buffett's body of work is better than the Smash Mouth guy.
Just saying Margaritaville still is number 1.
Yeah, he turned that into a hotel. What's Smash Mouth do? It's the All-Star Hotel somewhere.
In the shape of an L on her forehead.
It's really not that today.
We out.
All right. Bye-bye.